Hello and welcome to our third step. We will open our third step file. Within that step, we would like to focus on creating walls, creating columns, and also editing and modifying our floors. So first of all, we open our level 1 view. And always remember, as soon as you open a view in Revit, all views are open. So now if you would like to have your first level view and your 3D view open, you click on View, Window Tile, and Revit tiles the windows. There is a useful tool to get the perfect view of your element. You can right click and select Zoom to Fit, and you can do this also on the left side. So you see all your elements here. Now we create a wall. We switch into the Home tab, select Wall. We check if our top constraint on the element properties is level 3. So that's perfect. Now we select the rectangle tool and create a wall on our floor plate. So now you've created your first wall, and we want to attach the boundaries of our wall to the grid lines. So we lock all our walls. To show you how the walls and the floor is attached to the grid, we modify our grid a little bit. And you see, you can change your elements at any time. Now we want to undo our action. So we use the Control Z shortcut, or you can also use in the quick access toolbar the undo symbol, and you can go back as many steps as you like to. Now we want to change the properties of our wall. So we move over one wall and use the tab button to select the wall chain. And now in our properties, we change it to curtain wall standard. We also want to copy our floors. So we move into the east view, maximize our window, move in our view control bar, and select our visual style wireframe. With the wireframe view, you have the possibility to see all your elements wireframed. Now we want to copy our floor. We select our floor using the copy tool and also select multiple. We select our grid and copy our floor 2 times. Now we are done with that, we can close our window and use WT for window tile to see our 3D view and our first level view. Now we want to create some columns. We switch into the Home tab, select Structural Column, and we are now loading a family. This is our metric library. The metric library is placed on our C drive. This is a huge database where you can load families or Revit elements into your project. Now we want to load a column, so we switch into the structural folder, columns, and concrete. And we select here our M-concrete square column. You see on the right side, Revit loads 4 different types of columns in the project. We want to create our own type, so we click the Edit Type button. We choose Duplicate and put in here 500 millimeters times 500 millimeters. Now we also have to change the dimensions. We put in here 0.5 meters and click OK. Now we can place our columns on a grid. As soon as you place a column on a grid, they are automatically attached to the grid. So now we can move our grid, and you see also our columns move. We can switch back in our previous position. And now we like to show you a very useful tool in Revit, which is called Add Grid. With that tool, you can easily place columns on your grid with only one click. You select all your grid intersections. Revit gives you here a preview of which columns will be created. We can finish that mode. And on the left hand side and on the right hand side, you see your new columns. The next step will be that we will customize or modify our top floor. We select our top floor with the tab button and choose Edit Boundaries. Now everything is gray again and we are back in our edit mode. And we want to move our left boundary to the first grid line, and we will lock this boundary too. We finish our mode. Revit gives us here an information that all walls will be attached to our top floor. We now want also to attach our columns to the top floor. So we use the join function. We select in our modify tab, join, and select multiple. Select the top floor and some columns. And you see the columns have been attached to our top floor. There's also a possibility to do this faster in Revit. We select multiple, switch in our front view, select our top floor, and also select our columns. If we move our orbit a little bit, you see all the columns have been attached correctly. This was our third step. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back in step 4.